Hello. So today let us complete the month magazine of June 2024. So this will be the part 2. Part 1 has already been completed. So let us start with the international issues. First is the Colombo process. Colombo process, this is in news because mainly India has assumed the chair of the Colombo process from 2024 to 2026. So what is this Colombo process basically? It is a regional consultative forum for managing the overseas employment and contractual labors, and its purpose is to provide a platform for the exchange of the best practices on the overseas employment. So there are around 12 members mainly belonging to Asia like Afghanistan, Bangladesh, China, Cambodia, India, Indonesia, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, etc. So basically what this does is basically there are lot of brain drain happening in India and Asian countries, right? Basically they want to move to west specifically for the better lifestyle. So this body which helps them to ease the practices. For example, if there is any good practices in our country which can be adopted by say Pakistan, in this they will discuss that and they will adopt it. If any there is good process in Sri Lanka and which we are not adopting, we will learn from them and we'll take this. Just basically this aims to push the people outside the country to be much more direct. So then Biopharmaceutical Alliance. So Biopharmaceutical Alliance has been launched. This alliance was launched in response to the drug shortage during the COVID-19 pandemic, and it mainly aims to build the infrastructure, resilient chain, especially in the pharmaceutical sector. And the participating nations here are South Korea, India, Japan, US, European Union. So this is a trick to remember here. Some countries will be from Asia. For example, India, South Korea, Japan, and two will be from the West, that is United States and European Union. It was the inaugural meeting took place in 2024 in San Diego in USA. Then India welcomes new BRIC member. So recently, like in the BRIC summit, like five new members were brought in. So when did they, in which summit did they welcome? Which was held in Egypt. I think it was held in South Africa, I guess. There, no, it was held in Russia. So the meeting that was hosted by Russia welcomed the five new BRIC members. How to remember them? So three which are marked in red are from South, are from the Middle East, and two are from the Egypt, not Egypt, African region. Just slide to this region only. Say for example, Iran, Saudi, and UAE, and just adjacent to them we have Egypt and Ethiopia. So some more information about the BRICS is its bank, which mainly gives loans especially for the infrastructural projects, that is New Development Bank, which was launched in the year 2009 with headquarters in Shanghai, and it was established through a declaration called as Fortzella Declaration of 2014. Then we have India Exim Bank opens at Nairobi office to boost East African trade. So what it has happened is like in Nairobi, that is capital of Kenya, we have opened the Exim Bank's branch there. Why have we opened? Especially to boost the trade, especially with respect to East African countries, because in East African countries there is lot of demographic different, and it is also rich in resources. And one important thing about this Kenya is like it is adjacent to the Lake Victoria. The Lake Victoria is adjacent to three main uh, the Lake Victoria is adjacent to three main countries which you can remember as TUK countries. TUK. T means Tanzania, U means Uganda, and K means Kenya. So this Lake Victoria only leads to the formation of Nile River, which later drains into Mediterranean Sea. So some basic facts about Exim Bank, that is Export Import Bank of India. It was formed in the year 1982 under the Export Import Bank of India Act. Mainly, it promotes the Indian exports by providing financial assistance, and its headquarters is in Mumbai. What is it basically doing? Means it mainly aims to encourage the exporters. So, if any exporters does not have money to export his products, so it is going to provide some soft loans. Then we have G7 is in news. Italy has hosted the G7 summit recently. So, what is this G7? When was it formed? It was formed in the year 1973. It is a group of basically some powerful nations who mainly run the world order, especially we can think it's something like that. Earlier it was G8, but in 2014 I think the Russia had annexed Crimea, so it was removed. So from G8 it has become G7. It was actually created in the year 1973. You can remember this also because G7, in G7 we have 7, so it will be definitely in 70s. So G7 1973 in, and its meeting this year was held in Italy. Then India US strategic tech partnership. So India has unveiled the vision for next chapter of the strategic tech partnership. This is not that important because I think recently the US election have been conducted and the results are against the Democratic Party. So these things now become not that valid. But what we can remember from this article is what were the defense acquisitions. Means if they asked what is MQ-9B Predator drones from which country it is from, then we can think it is USA. So the defense acquisition that happened during this were 31 MQ-9B drones were taken. Then Striker infantry combat vehicles manufacturing joint manufacturing was proposed, and GE F414 engines of the Indian jet fighters also were also talked with respect to co-production. Then we have India Sri Lanka launch a maritime rescue center. So External Affairs Minister Jai Shankar visited Sri Lanka, where they inaugurated the Maritime Rescue Coordination Center in Sri Lanka. This is also not that important. Like then we move to Global Food Policy Report. So to remember this, just remove global and put international there. So International Food Policy Research Institute is releasing this global food policy report. What does it mainly say? It says that the habits of Indians, especially with respect to food, are deteriorating. They are leaning much more to the unhealthy food. Then we have State of Oceans report. We just need to know who is releasing this. This is released by UNESCO. UNESCO's State of Oceans report, which mainly provides the knowledge gap that we have with respect to oceans and all. World Wealth Report. Actually, there is one more World Inequality Index, something which deals with Hurun and all, but this one is different. This World Wealth Report is basically released by Capgemini, and it mainly says that the number of high net worth individuals are increasing both in India and in the world in the same direction. Then we have Global Gender Gap Report. So who released this Global Gender Gap Report? The Global Gender Gap Report is released by World Economic Forum. How to remember this one is if there is gender gap, so definitely if means if one man is working and women is not working, definitely the financial condition of the family will go down. Na? So if it is something related to finance economy, we have to remember World Economic Forum. So this was released, and what do or the parameters? There are basically four parameters. First is the start from the lower to higher end of a girl. Say for example, first health and survival, then educational attainment, then economic participation, and finally political empowerment. And what is India's rank? India has actually slipped two places, and its current rank is 129. And the topper here is Iceland. Environmental Performance Index. Environmental Performance Index is released by Yale University. So India ranks among the bottom five nations as per this report. But if we look at the improvement, we have actually improved marginally. So our rank has improved from 180 in 2022 to currently 176 in 2024. So what we have to remember here, who released the Environment Performance Index, that is Yale University, and what is India's rank? 176. And is it decreasing or increasing? We have improved actually. Then we have Global Energy Access Gap and SDG Progress. So what is this basically? This is a report which is released by World Bank, and it mainly focuses on sub-Saharan African nations where 80% of the global population is without electricity access. I don't know how this is true. 80% of the global population without electricity access stays in sub-Saharan Africa. Yeah, that makes sense. Sahitya Academy Yuva Puraskar. So a 26-year-old writer Vijay Nagar has got this award, especially for the contribution his contribution in the Telugu literature language. Then we have Sustainable Development Report. This is also very easy to remember. Sustainable Development Solution Network. So we can remember it easily. Who has released this report? And it reviews the progress on the Sustainable Development Goals since 2015. And the theme of the report this year is SDGs and United Nations Summit of the Future. Then we move to Energy Transition Index. So Energy Transition Index, it is published by World Economy Forum. It mainly focuses on sustainability, security, access, and enabling institutions. Basically, all of these parameters are associated with energy, means sustainable energy and secure energy security and access to energy and enabling institutions, especially with respect to energy. So, what is India's rank? India's rank is 63rd, and India is also recognized as the fourth largest renewable market globally. Then Kozhikode. Kozhikode has officially declared as UNESCO's City of Literature, and it is the first Indian city to receive the prestigious award, especially with respect to literature. Then we have State of Global Air SOGA report. So, what is this SOGA report? SOGA report is mainly it is a report which is released by UNICEF in partnership with an institution called as Health Effects Institute, which is an non-profit organization based in USA. So what does this basically say? As the name only says na, state of global air, it mainly gives how polluted the air in the world is. One important observation here with respect to India and China is that nearly 54% of the global disease burden are from these two countries only, and death due to air pollution in India are 21 lakh, and in China it is 23 lakh deaths. So we are breathing poison only. Global Gas Flaring Tracker report. So fossil fuel firms have flared more gases since 2019, says World Bank. Means this is a report of World Bank. And what is this flaring basically? It is flaring is basically burning of the excess natural gas. Like if you remember any ad from the uh, I think Middle Eastern countries, they will show some oil fields where the flame will be burning on the top. Na, that is flaring actually. Then we are moving to Mahiti for mains. Let us see if we have marked anything. We should remember this pointer also if we get in an option. Heat waves have not been included as a notified disaster as per Disaster Management Act. So if any question comes with respect to disaster management, we have to be very clear that heat waves are not considered as disaster management. So like why this is a news, we will see that in the mains time, but not now. Just remember this point. Mm, okay, then we have news with respect to Yoga Day. So actually, Yoga Day was celebrated on June 21. We all know that, but like we have to also know when in the which session of the United Nations was this approved. Actually, in 2014 when Modi became Prime Minister, na, in that session we can remember something like that. When Modi came, he brought yoga with him. So in the 69th session in 2014 of the United Nations General Assembly, Yoga Day was passed and was adopted as an International Yoga Day. And what is the theme this year? The theme this year is Yoga for Self and Society. And what is the purpose? Or because yoga has many benefits for both mind and body. No, that is only the purpose. I think now we'll move to news in shorts. I guess no, still some news are there. Okay, the Niti Aayog's project in Greater Nicobar. What is this basically? This mainly basically says that around 72,000 crore rupees has been allocated by Niti Aayog. Means allocated means they want 72,000 crores to be approved for the development of Greater Nicobar region. What they want to do here, they want to have an international transshipment terminal, international airport, power plant, and townships. And one important point is which is the southernmost tip of India. The answer will be Indira Point. And Champagne community is also part of Nicobar only, Andaman and Nicobars. Hmm. Now we have arrived at news in shorts. So, Nimans, Karnataka. which is an institute for mental health, has recently got the Nelson Mandela Award for the promotion of mental health, and this Nelson Mandela Award is especially given by the WHO, World Health Organization's Nelson Award. Then Purnima Devi Burman has won the prestigious Green Oscar. Uh, Just a minute. Hmm. Then we have the Humane Society International India has launched a WhatsApp chat box in Mysore to educate the citizens about snake bites and snake prevention. Then we have Agnikul Cosmos, which is a Chennai-based space startup. It has launched India's second privately built rocket, which is named as Agnivan Sorted from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sri Harikota. It is consisting of many firsts. Say, for example, launched from the first private launch pad, and it has a semi cryonic engine that is mainly completely built with a single piece 3D printed engine. Many are there. Just we have to remember Agnikul is based in Chennai, and it has recently launched Agni One Sorted, and it has the first 3D printed engine, and it can carry a payload of 30 kg to 300 kg. Mainly it focuses on the small satellites. So then we have news with respect to Lingosat. So Lingosat is the world's first wooden satellite that has been created by Japan. Then we have red flag exercise. So red flag exercise, this we don't generally see. If you look at red flag, we might think it is some foreign country, but no, by this is basically an red flag is an exercise of India, US, and other four countries. So this was held in Alaska. Actually, this is main exercise of United States Pacific Air Force, means US Air Force exercise. This is, and this is mainly for four countries including US and India. Then Real Madrid has won the Champions League football for 2024 for the 15th time by defeating the Borussia Dortmund. Just remember name Borussia. Then Claudia Sheinbaum will be the Mexico's first female president. Then Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam campaign on the occasion of World Environment Day, and he planted a people tree at the Buddh Jayanti Park in Delhi. Then we have fossils found on the shoreline of the Lake Kariba in Zimbabwe represent a completely new dinosaur species named Musanqua synthesis. So, what are the things that we have to remember here is Lake Kariba. Where is the Lake Kariba? Lake Kariba is in Zimbabwe. We can make a code something like Lake Kariba. Kari means black. So, most of the black people are from Africa and so it remember that like, they were from Zimbabwe. And if they specifically ask like what is this Musanka synthesis or Musa Sanya, something like that. Musa, I think if you know the Family Man series, like he is a villain in this, so we can think like he is a dinosaur. So like Musanka synthesis is a dinosaur species. Then we have Karnataka Rajya Chal Karnataka Rajya Chalakara Parishishta, Karnataka State Drivers Council, in collaboration with the Agnivu Technologies, has launched the Nagara metered auto in Bangalore. Then Anamika B. Raju is the first Indian woman in Navy to fly an helicopter. Then Upendra Diwade will be the next Chief of Army, succeeding General Major Pandey. The state government has launched an app-based program called as Landbeat to protect the public lands. Then scientists from the Physical Research Laboratory in Ahmedabad have discovered three new craters and on the Mars and have named them, say, Lal, Mursan, Hilsa. Basically, this is the name that they have given. Basically, if they ask what is Lal, Mursan, and Hilsa, this is basically the craters, means gaddas on Mars, which the people from Ahmedabad, that is Physical Research Laboratory, have named. United Nations has said that 2025 will be designated as the International Year for Quantum Science and Technology. So definitely, I think we can expect a question mainly related to quantum technology in, I think, paper two. Then we have Israel Aerospace Industries unveiled a new air-launched variant of its LoRa ballistic missile recently. Then we have veteran Shruti Vora has become the first Indian rider to win a three-star Grand Pixar event in the Equestrian Federation of India. This three-star Grand Pixar event is basically means it is basically horse riding event. You might see the people wearing coats, they jump hoops, especially in the ground. So that is this event. Who is associated with this? Shruti Vora. Then we have another one award important. This is called as Kavli Prize. So this Kavli Prize, we don't need to know about the winners because there are many winners are there. Say for example, David, Sarah, Robert Langer, Armanda Paul, Chad. What we have to know is just what is this related to something like that. It is actually equivalent to Nobel Prize only. So they want to be parallel with Nobel Prize, but still they have not yet succeeded. So this Kavli Prize of 2024 has been announced recognizing outstanding contributions in the field of astrophysics, nanoscience, neuroscience. So they have upgraded actually from physics, chemistry to these new terms like astrophysics, nanoscience, neuroscience, etc. Srinivas Hegde, who was the director of the Chandrayaan-1, has recently passed away. Then Prerana Sthala. Prerana Sthala is a place inside the new parliament where the murtis of Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar have been installed. Basically, they want us to take the inspirations from them. Okay, let's see. A school in Palakkad district in Kerala has come up with a novel power saving initiative by observing all Wednesday as no iron day. Means generally we know now like we used to get iron. They used to punish us if we don't get our shirts iron. Now see the trend has totally reversed. They don't want people to iron. Then we have Karnataka government plans to expand the Krishi Bhagya scheme to address severe drought by storing rainwater in farm ponds across all districts. We have seen this scheme also. Then M. Nagaraj, the deputy editor of Prajavani in Bangalore, has been chosen for the award that is Kadri Shamanna Journalism Award. Kadri Shamanna Journalism Award. So, who has been chosen? M. Nagaraj, who is a deputy editor of Prajavani. Okay, then Justice K. Chandru, who is a retired judge, he is heading a panel and has made recommendations to the Tamil Nadu government to curb the caste-based violence in education institutions. Recommendations include the removal of the caste prefix from the school names, a code of conduct for school and university staff, keeping caste names of the attendance registers, and appointing school welfare and counselors. Basically, what he has done is he has asked the people to remove the addresses because from addresses it is e- easily identifiable which caste it is from. Say for example, if it is dash dash so and so Hiremat, we can clearly know that he is part of Swami community. So there, so if the teacher who is also belong to some Hiremat or any Mat community, they might give him more favors. So to avoid such things, especially at the school and educational in Tamil Nadu, K. Chandru's panel has said that just avoid the second name so that the teachers cannot recognize and there can be some communal harmony, especially in the level of school and colleges. Then Karnataka was ranked second in the commissioning of the new wind power project in the country and has received an honor for the same during the Global Wind Day celebration by the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So when is this Global Wind Day? It is on 15th June, and what is the theme? This is Pawan Urja, powering the future of India. Then we have Thailand has become the first country in Southeast Asia to legalize same-sex marriage. Okay. Sri Lankan cricketer Muthaiya Muralidharan plans to invest around 1,400 crores in Chamarajanagar, especially in Bandanaguppe for a soft drink company. So you want to start a soft drink company in Karnataka, it seems. The Indian Air Force will host an air exercise Tarang Shakti in August. It is the first multinational air exercise to be hosted by the Indian Air Force. So this becomes important because Tarang Shakti we have not heard it multiple of times. So we must remove all aspects of it. We must remember all aspects of it. Tarang Shakti, what is it? It is an multinational exercise of Indian Air Force for the first time. This is the first multinational air exercise which will be held by Indian Air Force. Then recently researchers have discovered a rare species of bioluminescent mushroom in the forest of Kasargod, and it is scientifically known as Philibolitus mani manipularis. So just remember there is a mushroom which was found in Kasargodu which mainly glows in the night and its name is Philoboltus. Just remember this Philoboltus is sufficient. Then great is a scheme actually. It basically stands for grant for research and entrepreneurship across aspiring innovators in technical textiles. Means this basically is a scheme to support the young entrepreneurs and scientists, especially in the field of technical textiles. Technical textiles means this is also basically textile only that we wear, but this will be related to technical textile means think like designing spacesuit for the astronauts or designing dress for the fire department or designing the dress especially for the scientist if some kind of virus fall and then it should die there only such kind of textile which are needed for specific purpose na, that is called as technical textile and they are providing a grant up to 50 lakhs up to 18 months for the development and commercialization of the technologies in that field. Then we have Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has announced Karnataka's goal of achieving 15 to 16% annual industrial growth rate to reach a 1 trillion GDP by 2023. So this growth rate is not that important because I think economic survey says that 10% growth rate is needed. But Siddaramaiah has said that, but the target here is important. What is the target of the Karnataka government to reach a $1 trillion economy? It is 2032. Then we have industry ministries. Minister recently have launched the Venturize 2025, announced the drafting of the Karnataka Industrial Policy 2025 to 2030, and revealed the plans for the global roadshow and visit to Japan, South Korea to promote Karnataka's manufacturing ecosystem. So, what is this Venture 2025? This is basically a startup competition by government of Karnataka where the award will be around 3 lakh rupees and mentorship will also be given, especially with respect to investing in the industrial policy. Then we have the cabinet has approved the National Forensic Infrastructure Enhancement Scheme with a budget of around 2,250 crores and focusing on the establishing campuses and labs for forensics and especially to meet the increased demand due to new criminal laws and shortage of trained personnel. Then Lal Bahadur Shastri Airport International Airport is in Varanasi. Then this one is not that important. But what we have to remember here is who was the pro tem speaker of the Lok Sabha, which where recent election were concluded. Na Bharaturi Mahatab. So the name is very difficult. So remember it reverse. Maha first, then Bharat Turi second. So remember like Mahabharat was appointed as the pro tem speaker. To get the exact names, keep Bharat here, push Maha this side. So Bharaturi Mahatab. Then Armenia has become the latest nation to recognize Palestine. Then a project by Indraprastha Institute of IIIT Delhi, Indraprastha Institute of Information Technology has won the second prize in the Trinity Challenge, which is basically dealing with the AMR, that is antimicrobial resistance. Then we have to also know about Tapan Kumar, who is also known as a super spy, and he is the current head of the C Intelligence Bureau. So he has also gone the he has also got the extension for one more year. Then we have Hamster Combat app. What is this? Hamster Combat app is basically an app that mainly deals with crypto coin trading. So why is this in news? Mainly because it has there is a surge in using this app, especially in Iran, because recently their president was killed and all, and their economic stability is also not that great now. So people are now choosing the very quick fixes like cryptocurrency, and also they are using this app called as Hamster Combat. Then we have NATO's next head. NATO currently is a 32 member body, and he it has appointed the outgoing Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte as its next head. Then we have the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research is hosting a one theme program across its 37 laboratories focusing on energy and energy devices. And this also showcases the achievement in photovoltaic methodology, flexible solar cells, energy gas methodology, and converting agriculture waste to bio coal. Okay, so these are also some other short news. So what was the news about NATO? Mark Rutte, who was I think outgoing Dutch Prime Minister, is selected as the NATO's next head. Then professional golf tour of India's president is now Kapil Dev. Brand ambassador for tobacco control is PV Sindhu. Pro tem speaker of 18th Lok Sabha, Mahabharat. Then who is the president of South Africa? Cyril Ramaphosa has secured the second term as a president of the South Africa, and his party is African National Congress. And who is the Mexico's first woman president? Claudia Sheinbaum. Then new director of FICCI, that is Jyoti Vij, and first woman brigadier in Pakistan Army from Minority Committee is Dr. Helen Mary Roberts. Then we have 30th Army Chief is Upendra Diwade, who will replace Major Pandey. Then we have the first woman Chief Secretary of Maharashtra, Sujata Sunak. Remember something like that, Sujata Sunak. Then who is the President of European Council? That is Antonio Costa. Then brand ambassador of Better Nutrition brand is also PV Sindhu, and the 18th Lok Sabha speaker is Om Birla only. He was also 17th Lok Sabha speaker. Then, for the first time in 10 years, Rahul Gandhi has been elected as a leader of opposition. So, what is the condition? I mean, the condition is they should at least get one tenth of the total votes in the Lok Sabha. That is 55 seats. They should at least get. Then Chief Tapan Kumar, we saw this in the IB guy. Then the Vice Chancellor of the India's first AI university. This is very important. Simon Mark. He is a first non-Indian also. He is from USA, and he has been made as a Vice Chancellor of the India's first AI university, which is at Mumbai. Then leader of House in Rajya Sabha is JP Nadda. We know him. Additional charge of NTADG. So additional charge means this appointment is important because I think Subodha Kumar Singh, actually he was the director of the National Testing Agency, but later the scams mainly with related to NEET and all happened now. So he was removed, and this guy Pradeep Singh Karola has been appointed as a head of the NTA. Modi came again. And this is important because this is a news from Karnataka. Youngest tribal woman to enter parliament from an unreserved seat is Priyanka Jarkioli from Chikodi. Then we have first woman helicopter pilot. We know her name, Anamika Rajiv. If we have to know who is the first woman helicopter pilot, especially with respect to army, it is Gunjan Saxena, I think. Then we have 79th president of the United Nations General Assembly is Philemon Young, and I think he is the former president or prime minister of Cameroon, actually. Then deputy chief minister of Andhra Pradesh is Pawan Kalyan. International Solar Alliance got its 100 member. What is it? Prague. Then Ukraine has declared there was actually a conference called as Peace Conference of Ukraine, which was held or hosted by Switzerland. India has refused to endorse its communique. Communique basically means its official announcement or official statement. And ban on hijab and other traditional Islamic clothing by Islamic country only, Tajikistan. Then Restore project. So this is a project of South Africa where they are injecting some radioactive material into the rhinoceros horn. If they have injected this, it become easy to track and to track the poaching activities also. Which is the first country to have the world's first carbon tax, that is Denmark, especially on the livestock emissions, and it will start from 2023 2030. Ban on Israeli passport holders, basically by this guy Mohammed Mizu of Maldives. He had also taken India on, but it was not that great successful for him. Then world's highest observatory is in Chile, and it was inaugurated by University of Tokyo. Where and what is its name? It is called as Atacama Observatory. Then we have an international conference on nuclear security. Where was it held? It was held in Vienna, which mainly talked about the nuclear waste concerns and all. We have seen this news also. Thailand. Okay, first, not first, Film City in Greater Noida will be established under the UP government. And a National Yoga Olympiad actually was held in Mysore, and Gehlot, who is the governor of Karnataka, he inaugurated this. Lok Sabha election, we should know the what was the voter turnout. It was around 65.79 percentage, and around 64 crore Indians voted in this elections. World's first conservation and breeding center for Asian king vulture, which is in Uttar Pradesh, and they are also calling it as a Jatayu Conservation and Breeding Center. Then we have India's first quantum diamond microchip imager. It is by TCS, that is Tata Consultancy, in partnership with Triple IIT Bombay. So this is also important news. Floating solar plant, especially because this the Central Railways has installed a floating solar plant of 10 megawatt, and its capacity, and it is in Igatipuri Lake in Maharashtra, especially in Nagpur district. So this is the first ever floating solar plant of Indian Railways. Then we have first international solar festival will be held in Delhi, and International Air Transport Association's meeting will also be held in Delhi, and it will be hosted by Indigo, and its headquarters is in Canada. Jaishankar will attend the SCO summit. Then we have the world's third largest domestic aviation market is currently India. Then we have 64th International Sugar Organization Council will also be held in Bharatamatam, that is in Delhi. Then we have Shahid Bisti Terminal. Where is it? It is in Iran actually. Then Dar es Salaam port, where it is? It is in Tanzania. So Adani has taken this port for 30 years. Then we have committee to review examination process. So when the scam happened with respect to NEET exam and all, so the former ISRO chairperson K Radhakrishnan was made the head to suggest some new reforms in the selection process. Then we have first astro tourism will be in Masuri, and it will be called as a Nakshatra Sabha. Nalanda University was actually opened in Rajgir, Bihar, and the first state to include AI in its syllabus is Kerala. Then we have Indian Center of for Olympic Research and Education in Gandhinagar district, Gujarat. World's craft city. So recently, I think no, Srinagar has got the award as the world's craft city. So this is the fourth craft city in India. So what are the other three? First, Rajasthan's Jaipur, then Mamallapuram of Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka's Mysore were already were part of World Craft City, and now this one, which Srinagar is also part of World Craft City. Then we have India's first coal gasification pilot project will be in Jamtara district of Jharkhand. First advanced AI system for forest fibers will be deployed in Maharashtra's Pench Tiger Reserve. Nakti and Nagi Bird Sanctuary of Bihar have been declared as a part of wetlands of international import under Ramsar Convention. So the country's now total Ramsar sites are high as 82. When we know this, we have studied this news. Chang'e 6, we have studied this also. So first person to spend around 1000 cumulative days in space is Oligo Konimuka of means Roscosmos means of Russia. Pravahovsky, we have studied this also. 69th country, sixth country to have its own deep sea mission. We know that this is Samudrayan. Then some important awards. Pen Painter Prize. It is given to Arundhati Roy. Then Nelson Mandela Lifetime Achievement Award. Remember, this is Lifetime Achievement Award because Nelson Mandela Award is given to Niman by WHO. This Nelson Mandela Lifetime Achievement Award is given to children's filmmaker Vinod Gantara of South by South African government, and is the first Indian to be honored with this award. Then we have some themes and some dates we have to remember here. MSME Day theme is MSME and SDG. For the National Statistical Day, the theme is use of data for decision making. Then World Environment Day, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has hosted the World Environment Day. Such irony this is. Then we have land restoration, desertification, drought and resilience as a theme. World Ocean Day, awaken new depths. World Refugee Day, everyone is welcome, but in reality, no one is welcome. International Olympic Day. It will it the here we have to remember this date also because Olympic was held this year only now. So we'll remember the date also. This year Olympic was held in 2024 na. So just subtract one from that. So 2024 we'll make it as 23 just. So on 23rd June this day is celebrated and the theme was let's move and celebrate and it will be held in Paris, France. World Day to combat desertification and drought. The theme is United for Land, Our Legacy, Our Future. International Yoga Day, 21st June, Yoga for Self and Society. World Sickle Cell Day. Uh, Hope through process, advancing sickle cell globally. Some sport news. MotoGP will be held in Buddhanagar, Greater Noida. We know that. First ever Indian to win the bout in UFC, that is Ultimate Fighting Championship, is Pooja Tomar. She defeated the Brazilian fighter Raini. Pavo Nurmi Games. So Neeraj Chopra has won gold in this. It was held in Finland. Archery's Asia Cup. So only one person has won in India that is gold. That is Kumud Saini has got the solo gold medal, and South Africa has got eight. Then this is Shruti Vora, which I discussed earlier with respect to Grand Pixar event. Then Dioni Master Chess Championship. Vishwanath Anand has won. This for the 10th time. Then BRICS game, India had won total 29 medals, and the host was Russia. Then we have World Table Tennis Contender single title is won by Shrija Akula, French Open Carlos and Iga. We know this. Then IMF Intelligence Preparedness Index. So this is very important because IMF and artificial intelligence both don't go with each other because this is kind of banking and all, but this is AI science. So you have to remember this. And India's rank is 72, and Singapore is first rank. And the person who invented DLS method, which we see in cricket, that is Duckworth-Lewis method, so he has died recently. So we have to remember what does DLS stands for. It is Duckworth-Lewis Stern. Honor exhibition, not that important. Sangyana we have discussed. India's global ranking in terms of FDI is in 15th spot according to the report of UN Cadet. Then Mugni Charan Kanwar. Yeah, this guy is very important because we have rod puppetry in our art and culture. So this guy he has been awarded the Padma Shri for the rod puppetry. What is his name? Maguni Charan Kunwar. So in QS World Ranking, IIT Bombay has the highest award in terms of India. It is placed at 118. Then we have Sarathi 2.0. SEBI has launched the Sarathi mobile app 2 for investors education. Then Source Code My Beginning is a book of Bill Gates. I Have the Streets is a book by Ravichandran Ashwin. Then the book A Fly on the RBA Wall is a book by Alpana Kilwala. Global Energy Transition Index, we have seen this. Mercer Cost of Living Survey says that Mumbai is the most expensive city for expats in India, and globally it is Hong Kong. Okay, so we have completed, I think we have completed the month of June. So tomorrow we'll start with July. Thank you.